Boom, baby, boom, baby, boom. What's going on? What's going on, guys? Let's see you. Let's see you. How's everybody doing? Everybody all right? Have a good weekend. Where's those pretty faces at? Where's my comments? There we go. Here we go. Who all we got in the house tonight? That's right, Zen Trader. Had to go throw the chlorine in, get the robot going, all that good fun stuff. What's going on? Dale Napper, Jason Nash in the house. Check 1 2. Audio's okay, right? Check 1 2 1 2 1 2. Hello, Miss Rhonda. How are you, young lady? STY in the house. Kentish in the house. Thank you, Kentish. It was a good class. What's up, Chaz? Me, noob here. Welcome. Good to see you. Raj Deep in the house. Hakeem, Angela, Z River Rats, T in the house. Hello, T. Brody, G-Man, Matster, Yolanda, Benny, Saul, Zen Trader, Lala, Sandy. Man, what's going on? All the beautiful faces. Jersey in the house. Saul, initial jobless claims August 14th. Real-time labor market check, retail sales and industrial production measures. Yep. Whoop, whoop. Khadijah Mohammed, New Windsor, New York. Welcome. Let's get it. Ricky Jones from Clarksville, Tennessee in the house. QNV. Hello, Miss Quinn. How are you? What's up, Albert? Pat Foster in the house. Good to see you, Pat. Ray Bay in the house. Country Panther. There's Miss Mandy in the house. How are you, young lady? I think I got Angela C. Hello, Miss Angela. And Brody. Miss Stella. Hello, Stella from Florida. Right? My first time. Good evening. Marie. I don't know if that's Mary or Marie. I think that's Marie. Francois Paul. Welcome. First time here. Logan Brady. Welcome. Good evening. Gabriel. Jen Blessed in the house. There's Miss Lorraine. Let's give everybody just a minute here. 144 in here. Let's hit them likes, guys. Can everybody hit the like button for me? If you've never subscribed, do you mind subscribing to my YouTube, please? Colombiano. Gary Walker in the house. What's up? Wait just a minute here, see if anybody else is going to join. So, Ellen in the house, Jeffrey, Christopher Walker. All right. Miss Shelley in the house. Simon N. K.A. Champ. I saw that week that Tesla would hit a rejection price and go back down the other way for huge wins. Was that true of SPY? All right. You know, thank you, Brianna. Thank you. Yeah, I noticed the overnight session. On Weeble and futures were moving up a little bit. I really wanted to buy Sui here, and I got so busy this weekend I missed it. So here's Sui for now. Anybody keeps up with Sui like I do on the daily. What's up, Christian? Sui's in a unique place. I looked for it to bounce here around 325, and it did. Sui's going to come back up here and probably test 375 area. Somewhere in this neighborhood. 370. I wanted to catch it off 325. I didn't. I missed it. This set of shelves here they held this time. You can see the MACD starting to, it printed a negative signal. It's came to the 0 line. And looks like it wants to curve. That's what I'd like for it to see. We'll see what happens. Also, the RSI came down to 40 and bounced. I look at that a lot. So keep your eye on Sui. If we come up here and get rejected at 370 area, I mean, I could definitely see it happening. Right here, 375 makes perfect sense to me. Same tops here, We'll see. I think we get a bounce up into this area though. SPY. Go ahead. Let me get my screen up like a numb nuts that I am. Here we go. Can you see the screen now, guys? Here was Sui. There we go. Right. Sui held this shelf right here, guys. These are volume shelves. This is what we spend a lot of time in class on Saturday for the small group classes that I'm doing. I'll be doing another one here in a couple of weeks. If anybody gets interested in those, you can email me. Email's in the description of this video. We had a good time. We got through quite a bit of stuff. It's never as long as I want it to be, but we still got a lot of stuff done. So this is the fixed range volume profile. I'm just running this back. I'll usually run it back to like a pivot low from this last low that we had on the daily. You can see we've got three nice volume shelves on this chart. Right here being the one that just held. It's a small one, but it held, right? And then down here for the big boy. If we ever get back to there, this will be a nice bounce zone around the 190 area. When I'm looking at stuff like this on TradingView and things are running down, and I'm like, how do you be sure to set yourself some alerts when you go over here to the prices on the right hand column, you get this little plus button. Just set yourself an alert. It'll give you an alert when you get close to your line, and then if it breaks through your line. So you set yourself a couple alerts there, because it won't forget when you do forget, right? So Sui is probably going to come back up here now to 375. I wanted it off 325. Did not get it. I got too busy like always. Right there. That was the bounce. Right here at the bottom of this shelf. It's where we bounced and closed, right? Right there. So Sui ain't looking too bad. I think it comes back towards 370 area right now. Still got a little more up room. If any of you maniacs are still trading crypto out there, right? There's your MACD. It's came on down, and now on TradingView, I'm gonna hit this MACD for you guys some. And this is one reason I like TradingView. The MACD is divided into 3 parts. You have the blue line is your MACD. The orange line is your signal line, this line here. The green bars and the red bars are called the histogram. The histogram has a center point. The center point is called the 0 line. Okay? This graph produces buy and sell signals in a few different ways. When the blue line interacts with the orange line, it produces a signal, such as, can it be fake outs? Absolutely, like this little area here. Then you have to analyze some other things. But right here was a good clean break. You see that one? Now, let's go back to price action with that cross up. This was a cross up. This was the blue line crossing the orange line, right? This made a cross up. When it made a cross up, let me get rid of this volume profile. Okay. Actually, I'm going to get rid of all of them. When this MACD made a cross up, if you'll notice, the RSI back here made the first cross up over its signal line. It works kind of in the same way. Down here it crossed above and back tested the signal line. This was a great entry for this run. When it crossed up on June 23rd, you're going to see 3 days later the MACD crossed up as well. If you bought on this RSI cross or the RSI retest or the MACD cross on the daily time frame, you got in around 275 and this thing ran to 415. A little higher if you didn't take this back test. But look, this produces a signal. This is a buy signal. Now, that's the first signal it produces. Second signal is when, let me blow this back up. Okay. First signal is the cross of the lines. The second signal is when the blue line makes its pass through the 0 point of the histogram. That is a buy signal. That is a buy signal. Now, when we take this and go back to price action, you're going to see the buy signal. You see when it crossed up? Look at these two candles. This produced monumental move. When the orange line catches up and gets through the 0 line, you usually get a pullback while this orange line is trailing behind, right? Just like we got when it initially crossed through. You got these two big candles and a little pullback while the orange line crossed through. Orange line crosses. Look how this continues. Boom, boom. That, I love the MACD if you use it correctly. I love it on a daily time frame. Now, the MACD has crossed down up here, given a sell signal right there. It was front ran by the RSI. Now, it can cross down, produce a false signal. RSI crossed down, but did not continue to fall. Once it pivoted back up, you have to pay attention to that stuff. It crossed back above the signal line. The second time it did continue down, all the way down to 40. This has created a bleed off now to here. And it looks to me like this blue line is trying to just hit the zero line and come back up again. That's what it looks like to me. Because this is support back here. You can see it when we bring up the volume shelves again. This is why I use the volume profile, right? Here's that whole run. I'm gonna blow it up for you. We go back to this shelf right here, guys. That shelf, that little shelf right there. Look where we came down and held. Right. So there's the MACD for you. Hopefully that makes a little sense to you. That's just using the MACD and the RSI for your daily buy sell signals. I love it. All right. Now, let me get a few questions. Thanks, Pat. I thought class was great yesterday. What is the signal line setting on Weeble? Christian says. Let me see. I think it's usually 12 and 26. $12 and 26, brother. Just like this one. This is standard. 12, 26. Fast length and your slow length. Right. You can adjust these settings. Some people may find adjustments that suit them better. But I've usually just got them standard. Correct, Saul. How do you know if it is a fake signal? NC Rocks. MACD is relevant in the time frame. This is the puzzling part and the hard part people struggle with. You have to treat it like the time frame you're watching, the time frame that you're trading in. I can make moves off of the 5-minute MACD. I can make moves off 15 or 30 or 1 hour. The higher the time frame, the more the stronger those moves are. The higher the time frame, the stronger the moves become. Until eventually you'll have like 5-minute time frames. You see this area on the 5-minute just now? It's very similar to what we were looking at on the daily. You get the cross down, like you could have went short because the RSI crossed first. The MACD confirms, comes down to the zero line and passes back up through it. So if you get in on the RSI cross back here, it's the early signal right here on this candle right there. So if I wanted to scalp SUI at 344 with 5x leverage on, 344 to 350 ain't a bad little move for a scalp. This is a 5-minute time frame. I can't treat that like a 1 hour or a 4 hour, but it's useful in the time frame that you're scalping it in or that you're trading it in. All these change for every time frame that you're looking at, and when the 10 and the 15 follow suit, and then the 30, then you got a bigger move coming, and it folds over like kind of like a domino effect, sort of. So here's the 1 hour on SUI. Now, here was the cross back up. right? That got you in back here. That's after this big long fall, right? So that was like $3.95 to $3.27. Huge move. Playing the 1 hour on the way down. Look here. RSI went first. That got you in right here to the downside around 388. MACD follows, confirming your move. MACD crosses through zero line, giving more confirmation down through here. It's a huge run. That's a huge run on a 1 hour. Now on the 1 hour, we flip back up. The completion of this move was when the blue line, the initial, was here. Okay, here's a failed one. Here's a failed one. Back here. See this cross up? Look at the cross up on the RSI. This gives you a cross up. RSI comes up to 46, falls back down. Once RSI can't continue and it can't make its pass through 60, you won't get through resistance. There was a complete failure. This blue line failed to reach the zero line on the MACD, on the histogram. You did get a cross up, you got a small move, and it failed to go through the zero line, crossing back down for more downside down to here. This move, now that you're in, crossed up and continued through the zero line. So it is still valid. It is still valid. I would say now SUI has to get over these previous highs. Back in this area here. Here and then here. Little resistance 355 up to 360. On the 1 hour. You have to treat it like what you're trading. So hopefully that helps. Makes a little sense to everybody. Let me get all these drawings off here. What you guys want to look at? Somebody said DraftKings, DKNG. Does RSI always cross first? Yes. RSI precedes the move. RSI precedes the move. Kazid, yeah, 1 hour, 4 hour, daily. And then within all of that, within 4 hour and daily moves, there be tons and tons of 5 minute, 15 minute, 30 minute moves in there where you can catch some good moves and scalps and stuff. Yeah. Yolanda, I like taking my trades on the 5, and I'm also looking 15, 30 in 1 hour. Raj Deep, does the MACD follow the RSI? Yes. And if the move doesn't complete, when MACD rises and can't get above the zero line, here's DraftKings. Let's see if I can find a spot here. Let's go to the daily. Back here. Here was your cross up on RSI. Getting you in this candle. 2 days later, the MACD crosses on that candle. This run, this gets you in at 36.50, and that run is complete at 44. Now, the MACD told you up here, even though it went through the zero line, it couldn't hold it. The signal line never followed. It couldn't hold it. It was a false move, even though there was money to be made there on options with DraftKings back here. This is June of 24. That's a daily time frame. That move still produced a move. That cross, it still produced a move, but it didn't complete because the zero line, or the MACD line, failed to continue through the zero line. It failed. So price comes back down, and then MACD, then you see consolidation. Consolidation happens, and MACD will not pull away from the signal line. They'll stay together, kind of. When the MACD is pulling away from the signal line, you'll see price action move. Okay. Jen, yeah, I'm definitely going to check SPY. Slay. Sure. I did Corewave last week. I think it was last week or the week before. Woo, what a move. I give it to you the day before, too. MSTR and Apple. Of course, I'm going to do SPY. And Walmart. Fizz Asus. That's the volume profile. I taught that on Saturday some. Nash wants coin. I'll look at XRP, but I do not chart it very much. And sound. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's 8. I'll do 10 or 12. Thank you, Renee. Thanks for being here. The best time frames. See if I'm caught up here. I got coin wrote down already. Yolanda, I sold that VXX 55% already. I think Josh sold too. Crow? I ain't heard that coin in a while. Yeah, target and serve. Those are good ones. Okay. I gotta do serve because that's one of my plays. Alright, that's about enough. That's enough. That's plenty. None your business. What's up? Good evening. Okay. Let's hit DraftKings for a second. I sold my DraftKings for a nice profit. Let's look at this move. Using the daily time frame. $43. $43 support. You don't want to lose 40. Definitely. $40. $44 is going to be your resistance. I sold almost the top there, like 45.50 or close to 46. I sold it. I may reload it if we come back to the 50. I might reload it one time. This is again a great move that ultimately gave you 2 entries, in my opinion. First one was this cross back here on the RSI. Now, it wasn't super clear, but every time it interacted with the signal line, this is giving you like a back test off the signal line down here on the RSI, right? Here, here, here. Until it finally exploded up. Now, this move got completed with a really false signal for a blow off right there, and it was at the high of that resistance. It gave a pullback and another entry right there. RSI first, MACD next. That gave a great move. Another pullback. This $40 level's huge. That's got a hold on DraftKings. $40. Okay. It's gotten nice. It's got nice consolidation between 43 to 45. So if I bought anything else on this, I would either reload off 43. If it don't hold, you got to cut it. You could even say 42.75, honestly. Yeah, 42.75. Somewhere in there. If you bought off this and it can't hold, it will come on down probably towards 40. So there's your danger. And I will also say the MACD's trying to pull away from the signal line. You've already crossed down on the RSI. So I think this looks like it wants to break through this 42.75. Come back down here to the 50 EMA or the $40 mark. And then you'd have to see how far down the MACD comes. Okay? So there's DraftKings. You say we'll get the mover up. Raj, he may have said that. And here's another kicker. So what I'm thinking, Raj, is did this move up into earnings? And this is a buy the sell the news event. This has got, I mean, look at this run. If you loaded your calls down here on this second move up, somewhere around 35 for a month out, you've gotten 11-point move off this. So did DraftKings, I mean, earnings rocketed it up last time. Oh wait, that's the time before. Last time it got a move on earnings. Here it got the move the next day. Another move here off this earnings. Let's go back to this one. This one, no. That's an iffy one too. This was a big move. So, I don't know. Earnings is always a lottery play. Kazid, I never have. Just leave my EMAs up. I guess you can change that to a simple moving average if you want to. Throw that on. So the simple moving average is slightly lower than the EMA. We'll make it pink. I guess, I mean, it's up to the trader, you know, what you want to use. Kentish, I don't. Thinking about it. I know, Saul. Like I really want to buy some Palantir calls for earnings. They have crushed it and crushed it and crushed it. I'm just thinking, I don't know. It's, you know, any earnings is a lottery play. Any earnings is a lottery play. Corewave next on my list. I gave. Where did I give that? I think I gave it right here. Was it right there? It was. Man, I can't remember where I gave that play at. The next day, it absolutely ripped. I know that. I think this might have been it. I can't remember. It had like 2 or 3 good days afterwards, I remember. So Corewave, let's do a 4-hour. I mean, it's getting awfully close. Here's the daily. It's not looking good. I mean, you don't want to lose 100. That's a big psychological level anyways. $100 even. 97 would be really bad. There's nothing. There's not much between where it's at and the bottom. But on the daily, you know, this is a hard one to call a lot on the daily because it's so new. This could have found support here around the $100 mark. It came down and touched 101. If it gave up 100 or right there at 97, you could bounce in the 85 range. And you could bounce again down around 65. Ultimately finding your way to 55. So there's not a lot of volume here to the bottom. Even on the 2-day chart, which Josh uses a lot, kind of got me into. This thing is pointing straight down, and the weekly is not hardly enough to. There's not enough data. If I was going to go long, I would want to go long off of 100, and if it can't hold 100, I would use kind of like 97 as my stop loss if I was going to do options on it. J Rock with the super chat. Yes, sir. I will do AERO for you. No problem. What's everybody been doing this weekend? Let me just tell you something. I had some amazing Mexican cornbread today. Boom. A boom, baby. It was a spicy. It had a little kick to it. Oh, so good. It was so good. Okay. So yeah, be careful with Corewave if it loses 100. Okay. 1 hour. 1 hour is 1 hour's trying to flatten out down here because you could get a pop. Local support going to be right there, 101.20. 101.20. And then 109. Can I get 109, 109, 109, 109, 108, 108, 108? 109 resistance. 113.85 resistance. Then back to 118.50. Over 18, yeah, about over that 118 area. You got 122 over that. Okay. There you go on Corewave. Watch for those 1 hour moves. You can catch Corewaves for pops. You can scalp it that way, like intraday or holding it for a day or two possibly. Not a bad mover. MSTR. Oh wait, let's do Arrow for the super chat. What the crap is that? AERO. Are you sure that's the ticker? What is this? That don't seem right. It's a crypto? Yeah, Zen Trader. We had jalapenos, bell peppers, Mexican corn. Oh, it was so good. Oh, I freaking love it. Yeah, Mexican cornbread. It's so good. AERO. AERO USD. There we go. Boom, baby. There you go. Okay. Okay. Something like that. $85 resistance. You are in the bottom of the channel here. It stays in this channel. And I will say, if you take position on this, like this RSI needs to continue and go through this signal line for continuation. It looks like the MACD is trying to make a curl up. Like it's trying to find, you got two negative or I guess positive bars here on the histogram back towards the upside the last 2 days. So it found nice support. If I just measure the entire move back to the bottom, this is your POC here at 75 range, 73, 74, something like that. And that's exactly where it bounced off of. That's the POC, point of control. Now, this has got a clear 86 area. Then kind of 95 area. 95, then $1. Something like that. On AERO. This MACD, it made a slightly lower high this last time. Slightly, not by much though. RSI on the last high was the same. This has got a chance to run back to the top of this channel. It's got a chance to run back towards $1 for sure. Just watch for the completion of the move on this daily MACD and daily RSI. That's what I would say. Okay. And use your you can use 70, 72 and 66 as your stop losses. Under that, 59 right there. Then that shelf right there at 48 cents. Okay, hopefully that helps you, brother. Hopefully that helps you. Hey, there goes your 3 thumbs down. Golly. I think ooh. This could be getting ready for a move, man. Your weekly's almost at the 0 line. Yeah, I don't mind that. It's a pretty good looking chart, man. If this clears 85, it'll give you a nice move. I don't mind this at all. Whoever dropped your 3 thumbs down, just want you to know I still love you. Over 85, this thing gets wicked. I like it. I like it pretty good. Thanks, Raj Deep. I see 3 thumbs down. on my stuff. That's alright though. Now let's move on here. Let's move on. Hopefully that helps you on Arrow. Yep. It's a pretty good looking chart, man. This would have been a killer short up here too. Perfect double top on a weekly. Perfecto. I know, Trudy. People don't like free content, I guess. Okay. MSTR, I gotta start moving through these. Hmm. $357.50. 357.50 support on this bad boy. Thanks, Ace. I appreciate it, guys. I think I'm gonna stick to intraday and swing trades when it comes to options. I have to get a grip on that quick fast. I feel you, Saul. I feel you, Saul. Spies moving up some in the overnight session. Looking all right. That's a pretty strong candle down on MSTR on this daily. I think she got a little more room down, brother. It just made its way through the zero line. You probably gonna get this 358. It has bounced in the 24-hour session. It's probably going to come back up and back test some resistance, in my opinion. I mean, hell, it's got room all the way back up to 390. That would be a heck of a bounce. But this was a quick sell off for sure. So it's got to bounce. I mean, it's just got to. Got to come up for a little air. 1 hour's crossing up. It's already completed in the 24-hour session. You got a 1 hour cross up, and it's up against the 20 EMA at 380 right now. 380. It could get all the way back up here. Not much down there. You don't want to lose 358.75. You don't want to lose this. You got all these touches. It's bounced on here a bunch of times. 358. 358 is pretty good support. Better watch it. Better watch that one. Otherwise, she could come on down. You could get all the way back here to 315 easy. Very easily. One place to stop at 345. Right there. Boom. Ambrose, baby. Yeah. Give me all them thumbs. All right, there's Muster. Apple. Poor old Apple, man. I caught this. I caught a bounce on Apple the other day. I caught this whole bounce right here at 201, and almost got the whole thing all the way up to like 203.90. I sold. And it was just bouncing from being so daggone oversold. We go to 1 hour. Let's go to daily for a second. Again, probably got a little more room down. I want it down here. 195. I would like it down there and see how we react off that level. Ultimately, we never was able to break above 216.75. That was resistance right in there, 216 area. If this gets back over 203.40, we could probably come and back test 209, 209.80. But the daily looks like it's got more down pressure. Let's look at the weekly for a second. You can see a failed MACD move on the weekly. You got the cross up here. All this consolidation, man. So it's really not giving up on a big time frame. All the way down here, that 193 area, somewhere in that neighborhood. So I'll be watching it, see what happens. You got more support. You got all, a lot back here. 165. What is this here? 199. Just take it easy with it. That's one of those where I didn't go super heavy, but I was loaded up pretty good, but I respected my stop loss. And I got a big old chunk back whenever I played the bounce on it. I will say that. Okay. TTD. Hey, now I've only got 2 thumbs down. Thank you. This is a long term for me, TTD. I think this has got, when's earnings here? Thursday, August 7th. It's built a nice shelf up there. Man. She cooling off a little bit. '81. This '81 area. 78.85. $80.65. It hopped nice off this 81.75. I don't know, man. I think the daily's about to pull back a little bit on it. This has been a monster call from Josh, though. This was a good call from Josh. You don't want to get back here and lose 65. That'd be a hell of a place to buy again. But I don't want to lose it. Support at 77. 81.75 and then 80 kind of local supports. Then 77.40. Yep. Okay. Looks like it wants to pull back a little bit on the daily. Kind of got a curl. This thing looks like it's about to interact with the signal line, I'll say. That's on TTD. It's bounced already. Everything's going to bounce from being oversold. Wow. Had a killer move back up Friday. So it's already back up to 87. Not bad. Okay. Jose Guevara, thank you, my friend. I sure appreciate that. Raj Deep, I don't know. I don't know, man. If you're up nice, I would consider setting a stop in profit, respecting it, and reloading on a dip, man. I mean, this is a long-term stock for me. I bought let me tell you what I bought. I had $20,000 worth of shares. And I have a January 15th, 2027 contract. I've got two of those $90 strike. So I'm in it for the long haul, baby. If we rip above 89.50, we're bound for 112, baby. We'll all say boom. So in the meantime, we probably pull back a little bit before moving higher. We'll see how earnings goes. Earnings might be great, man. Earnings is always a gamble, Raj. So don't let your winner become a loser. Okay? Coin. Wow. Galvin, that 2027 that's a call option. And then I have a good chunk of shares too. I'll say thank you for that's very generous super sticker, my friend. Thank you. Yeah, Zen Trader, that might not be a bad idea. I've thought about taking profits on my Amazon. I had a nice run with it. Okay. That gone coin, man. One chance at 298 to bounce. She don't look good, brother. Normally, coin has respected about the 30 mark on the RSI on the daily. So, if that remains the case, that's probably a move back to 298.50 area. That's another $15, $17 down. That would make sense, but then this thing's going to have to start curling. Right now, it's just dead down. Dead straight down. So be careful of holding it long or loading calls too quick. I would love coin down here. $275 area and $250, $230. 3 areas of interest. So I'll put an alert here. Set a couple alerts on coin. What's the weekly? It's making its move down, man, for sure. Okay. Weekly is pointing down also. I mean, I could definitely see 275. It could get there. All right. Yes, sir, Zen. I feel that. I'm with you on that. XRP. Let's check XRP. I'll try to hit SPCE for you. I hate charting XRP, man. I honestly do. Well, 270 was the bounce, the bottom of this whole shelf. I think you retest 315. $318 or $3 could be trouble right there. Makes sense. Yeah, this 302 level could be trouble. Definitely. Right where you're at. It's kind of having trouble right now. I'm not a big XRP guy. I know some people's made some good money with it, but you don't want to lose this 275. And you're looking back towards 230. Okay. Daily's trying to curl around. Virgin Galactic. Here we go. 330. Keep an eye on your MACD. It's getting ready to tell you something. This could just be another bounce down off the RSI and a pull on back to the 330 area. That's your local support at 355, 356, 355, 356, then 335, okay? Then 310. Good God. My mouse don't want to work. $385, a little bit of resistance. That'll be your next high to get back over on that. This daily, I'm on the 6 hour. Hang on, my bad. Don't look too bad. You're still in bullish hands up here. This can pull on back a little more and just cool off. You want to hold this 355 area. You want to hold that though. Merv, thank you. Thank you, sir, for the super chat. Much appreciated. Soundhound. Everybody okay? Merv, where's the guitar? Oh man, my fingers are hurting. We had 2 shows this weekend. It's out there in my rehearsal room. I need to have it on the back wall, don't I? I know it. Soundhound. $9, baby. That daily ain't looking too friendly right now. If this RSI drops on through 40, it's gonna flush down a little more. I would want 9 to hold. Perfect. $9. Maybe even $8.90, $8.80. This is your biggie. $9 needs to hold. This could retest 11 before getting in too much trouble. See if you're able to reclaim any of your previous highs, man. Up in here. $10.40. $10.40 and $11.15. Yeah, $11 gonna be some trouble. You want to get back over 11. It's got the ability to. I don't know what kind of hold, if you're looking to day trade it or what, but that's what I got on it, brother. Okay, CRO. I imagine that's the crypto Crow coin. Wow. Well, $0.05 and 6 cents is pretty good buys. About 11 for your support, somewhere in there, 0.113, maybe 0.115, 0.116. Your support. .15 resistance. I'd even say 0.145 resistance. Yeah. Yep, that's one I don't mess with much anymore. They pumped it for a while, a couple years ago. This was a good run off the MACD and the RSI signals. Okay. Could have put you in at about 8 cents. Nice run back to 14. That's probably 80%. Letitia, thank you, honey. Alfonso, what's up? I'm gonna stay about 15-20 more minutes, okay, guys? Anybody eat any good dinner today? Ace wants MP. Let's do target. Does anyone connect trading view? Mike, I've connected my Webull to trading view. You can do shares. I have never been able to figure out that you can trade options there. I see that you can view options there. I've never been able to. Let's see here. Oh wait, I think it's when you do TGT and you go options here, right there. So you can bring up the options chain. So if I wanted to see like the January calls are over here, that's going to load it onto a chart for me. But I can view them there. I've never been able to see my orders on TradingView though. When it comes to options, if I buy shares, I can see that, but it's so it's so different because when Webull using the turbo options function, I guess that would have to be integrated into TradingView to do the same thing, right? So you're welcome. Yep, Spyler ticker symbol MP. I'll get you, buddy. Yeah, I don't think so either. Joseph G. Marie. Christian 775. I should get my own what kit? My own TI kit? My own toolkit? Deshaun. Yes, sir. Merv, thank you. I sort of had target. You know, I think it's going to pull back here. I sold mine for a decent gain to start with when I had those calls. It's sort of in this channel, little upward channel here. I'm not great at these, but it is on the bottom of that channel. I would expect this to come, like, retest the 50 before coming on down, maybe. Need to watch the 0 line. If this gets penetrated by the MACD, it's going to pull on down out of that channel, possibly back to 93.55 area or 94 area, before acting like support. You know, I would rather reload again around 97.50, 98 to see if we could get a bounce off the top of this shelf. But the oscillators are saying it's going to pull them back a little more. I don't know when Josh called this one, but it's been a few weeks. He's caught most of this up move. Not bad. And the weekly is starting to flatten out. So this is not a completed move on the weekly. So it looks weak to me. Looks very weak. And, you know, that makes perfect sense for rejection right there. Right there. $108.40 resistance. Now, where did it close at? Yeah, I ain't crazy about the chart. Me personally. I think the move kind of happened back in here. Up. If you didn't get in on that first run back there. Okay. Ambrose, yeah, I think on those plays like that, don't get overly hyped or excited too quick. That's a long-term outlook for Josh, so don't tie up too much capital on those plays. People are doing that too much. People are going in too heavy, too quick on stuff that's going to take a year or two to play out. I've done it in the past, so has everybody else. I mean, you get excited, you want to get in, but those are long outlooks. Serve. Okay, if this holds 10, like I said to everybody the other day, when I go back and look at this, I think 950 made sense for a bounce right here. When I go back and look at it, I'm like, yeah, I kind of missed that from this back here. So 940, 950, and then 850, unfortunately. Now, if this, I'll tell you, man, I've got to where a point in my life I can respect my stop losses. They're there to help you. They're there to protect you. Don't get married to a play. Don't get married to a play. This looked like a beautiful, beautiful cup and handle. Absolutely beautiful, very bullish. It still can be. I noticed earnings. This is Thursday too, so this could, if it holds 10, I'm reloading. It gets above 10 and holds it, I'll reload. No problem. It closed at 10:01, so I may take position back again. Matter of fact, I probably will tomorrow, unless this like drops back to 950. Then I would want 950 to hold, and that'd be bottom line. Okay, it looks like a great. I mean, it's a beautiful cup and handle, which is very bullish, but this is also a descending channel, which when it finds support will be bullish. It can still be very bullish. Yep. Yeah, I think so too, Zen. I think so too. I'm not. I could see 8. I could even see 860. But 950 would be great if it held that. Yeah. Angela, yeah, 950. Actually, 940. Give yourself a little bit of room. I don't know what your average is, but if you were saying 950, I would place it at 940 to give a little room on a wick or something. Yep. Appreciate you, Cameron. Ari, I'm going to do SPY right here in just a second. Let's do QXO and MP. Do MP here. Yeah, this was a great one. Absolutely monumental move. So wow. This weekly RSI is getting awful hot, man. Getting awfully hot. Probably going to consolidate up here. If this is going to remain bullish, yeah, it is printing a nice shelf up here. $53, 52.90 makes good sense to me. It's printing a nice volume shelf up here. Got another set of support right here. It ain't much though. So between 50 down to 43, you got some support. And then a huge gap down here. All the way down to 31. So don't get married to it if you're in it. 53 needs to hold. Then 42, 41 area needs to hold. Daily is giving a little cross down on the MACD. This could just be another pullback moment. Pullback and then another rip. This thing's been very bullish. Very bullish. Weekly is very strong. Your over all-time highs over 60. So there you go. QXO. Wow. Oh God. What in the world? What is this junk? Maybe back down to 17 down here, guys. Definitely. Look at that MACD coming through the zero line right now. $17.90 down to the 17 mark. There's a gap right there. That could fill $17.30. Then you got a little consolidation here in this neighborhood. So $16, $17 area support. See if that holds. Okay. There's QXO. All right. Just got into the QXO leaps right in. I hope I didn't get into soon. I don't know what the QXO leaps are. I went way out. What date were they? I agree, Ambrose. Raj Deep. Let me look at Netflix for you, brother. I shorted Netflix a week or two ago. Just from the profile, man. Because it... Look at that run. Good Lord. What a run. Not been that long ago. 2 years ago, 3 years ago. Insane. But there's not much up here, man. There's not much up here. This thing kind of scares me a little. I shorted it at 1200, took it to like 1170 or something like that. It's getting down there. I'd keep my eye, Raj, for the daily RSI to flip back up. That's what I'd be watching on Netflix. You might even lead off and say a 4-hour, watch for 4-hour crosses down here. And then you need to see if a daily follows suit. That would be how I would approach that. You want to see if it gets back down here to 1110 area, which is normally, that I think was initially what I had, was the $1,100 area on Netflix. It definitely can get all the way back down there. Yeah, makes sense to me. Weekly time. The weeklies flip down. $1,000 makes sense, man. It could get all the way to 1,000. You could just hold up here at 1,100. That would be that would make sense. And I don't know that you'd ever get it again. Maybe 820, 830. This is a weekly time frame, so it takes a while to play out. Yeah. Watch your oscillators on the daily, Raj. Get that first flip up on the RSI. See if the MACD will follow suit. Yeah, I'm going to do SPY next, and that's going to be it, okay? Your SPY on the weekly. It's starting to pull away from the signal line a little bit. I would want this let's see if it makes a lower low on the MACD. You'll see right there, same place we was the last time it dipped on the weekly. And it's just simply dipped back for another run up. Right. Look right there. So let's see if that MACD comes on down, and if the RSI on the weekly can get on through 40. Now, I'm sorry, it's a daily time frame. Here's what I had about the SPY. I've caught these two bounces off of 618 two times. Here. We are back in that neighborhood again. We want to defend the 615 area. If not, we can get back to 605 pretty easy. 605 comes, maybe even 600. So I'm setting alerts on the way down. If you lose 615, I would want to short this back towards 605. I don't think we will lose these shelves back here, but getting under, 585 is a huge support. 585 is a really huge support. If we got 585 again, I would probably buy 6-month leaps or something like that. See how we do. See what the world's looking like at that point. But that daily's pointing straight down. I would imagine in the meantime we will come back test some resistance above us at 625 to start with. Right there. 624.90, 625. That'll be resistance to start with tomorrow. We'll see what we get above. Apple's up a little bit, but barely. AMD. SPY has made its way back to 624 right now. I think this is going to be resistance. Okay. Yeah, it's at 623.95 right now, Joseph G. Marie. And Ambrose, that was the daily on that view there. Get that for you again. There's the daily view. Even down here to 575 is possible. I don't think they will give both of these upper shelves up. They've printed pretty nice volume up there. Pretty nice. We'll see. We'll see in the days to come. That's the beauty of trading. You're not locked into a play forever. You can trade it, right? Yeah, Palantir could be cool. AMD could be cool this week. We'll see. AMD earnings. I guess last earnings was a beat. Surprise. Right? Yeah. Thursday, I think. Tuesday for AMD. This thing's been on a heater. We'll see. MACD finally, or RSI finally crossed down on the daily. That weekly looks stout. It's insane. What a move. Could be. We'll see how earnings goes, I guess. I'll play this one a day at a time and see what I think Tuesday, if I'm going to play it or not. You got some support there at 171. $168.30. $167 right there. Don't want to lose that. That's a nice bounce area. Watch 167 on AMD. See if we get any more pullback. I think everything's popped. Overnight, AMD's up 1%. So 174.50 resistance. 174.50 is resistance. Yeah, right there. Cool. All right. Pan W. I'll look real fast. I wanted to look at UNH. Weekly on UNH. Look at this. The chart looks bad. No doubt about it. But look what we're sitting in right here, guys. That's all the way back to 2016. I'm apt to take some leaps down in here. And I never thought this whole time, if you were lucky enough to catch that dead cat bounce down here, you know, you got a nice pop, ain't no doubt. But it was never able to get back above there and hold, you know. So what is that? 328.50 and 340 resistances. If you lose 233, you got 220. There's a bounce, 190. Oh, I'd love to pick this up down here. I'm going to hold it for a while. I ain't scared of it. I'm just trying to time whenever I buy options on it. I'm trying to time it as best I can. This is a huge area of support down here. Right? We go to weekly. $210 is on the table. I'll be watching close. Bounced really nice here at 190 one time, so we'll see what happens. If you notice how easy this was, you know, here and here are the only two decent volumes. There's a lot up here, a lot of consolidation. When it lost that upper volume shelf right here, oh man. I mean, I know it was a news catalyst that, or a world event, whatever, news catalyst. Likewise, pretty good consolidation here. So, bottom point, 190, it could get ugly. We'll see. All right, my friends. Pan W, last one. I love you guys and gals. I love hanging out with you. And I'm going to try something. How many people are on here right now? 120. Might have been 150 at one time. I might try something next week where I put a meeting link on and see how it goes. Then people can talk a little bit. Might do that once a month or something where we can all hang out. It'll just be a kind of like a Zoom. I use Google Meet. I'm not sure how many people I can have in it. I've got the best subscription you can get, but I think that'd be cool. It can get very cluttered if people don't mute their microphones and things like that, but I might try it once, see how it goes. Man, I do not chart this stock very much, and I have to tell you, I'm not crazy about it either. Not crazy about doing it right now. 165.25. It's a little ugly looking, but RSI on the daily is down to 30. 165 area, maybe even 164. Pretty nice support area. Then the 140s, 143. That's what I got. Got some, it might have a you could pull back to 143. What's the weekly? Weekly just crossed down. If it loses 165, you could get 143. Okay. 10-4. Thanks, Rajdeep. Trudy, thank you. Hello, Emmy. Kazid, I'm not in any... I don't usually do skips for puts. I mean, there's times where you could. I'd rather do them on the calls side for some reason. SPY. I don't know. I don't think I'd be doing it on. I don't think they'll let those two upper shelves be taken out all the way. I would rather reload. I'd rather, August is always historically a bad month for tech heavier. My back. Tech heavier stocks and ETFs and all that, but I would rather catch the pullback and reload calls towards the end of the year. That's what I would like to do. Okay. Merv, I ain't got no. All my guitars are outside, man. Zen Trader, you like Pan W, you say? Zen Trader's a good trader and good with charting. I appreciate that he takes time to hop on here. Yep, there went my third thumbs down. Thank you. I still love you. Oh, it never ceases to amaze me. Keyboard warriors. I can tell, brother. I can tell, Zen Trader. Yeah, Pan W might be a nice play, man. I like that level, 165, and then there went your fourth. There went your fourth thumbs down. You can hit that. You prefer to sell stocks in August or just hold it? Evangel, I just I kind of take this kind of becomes a take profit area for me in some things, and then either reallocating to a few things or getting ready to roll, waiting on that pullback to roll back into plays that I want to be into. We're pretty high on. I mean, look at Amazon, Google, AMD. All those got pretty high from their lows, and people are going to take profits up here. Thanks, Ambrose. I know, Rhonda. Thank you, honey. Don't let the door hit you. I did MP, Ace. I did it for you, brother. I did MP. It's been fire, so be careful with it. This was a big Pelosi play, this Pan W, right? Like a year or two ago, a couple years. I would love. What are the calls and what are the options like on Pan W, Zen? Options for January. Little high, huh? A lot of open interest on the 180s for January. Thanks, Jason. Yeah, they're high. They are high dollar. I guess you can to get anything with a 0.5 delta, the 180s got a lot of open interest. About 1,500 per contract. If I caught those 180s, if I caught Pan W off of 165 level or the 143 level, like 143 would be magical to me. If I caught that, I would consider it. That's a hell of a volume shelf there. I like that. Pardon my French, I'm sorry. So, yep. And the 175s. Yeah. Yeah, I don't mind the 175s or the 180s. I don't. Could be I think the down pressure is coming to an end for the time being. You might come back, retest 190. On the weekly, I can see a little more down pressure, so we'll see. We will see. I don't like the look of the weekly. That's why I say we could definitely retest 142. And then again, 114. I wouldn't want that. So, anyhow. Earnings coming up also. Monday, August 18th. Cool. Oh, wait, Walmart. I did tell somebody I'd do Walmart. WMT, is that right? Yeah. Oh, look at Walmart here. Huh. On the weekly. Very nice consolidation up here. Ooh. Man. Walmart over 100, huh? Walmart over 100 looks pretty cool. 101. The tippy top could get you back to 105. That's a nice shelf. It's printed up here. I like that. Yep. I like it. I kind of like the MACD on this. I kind of like that. Yep. Tommy Likey Wingy. Oh. Yeah, that's not a bad idea, Zen. Did you get skips on it, or you just got shares? Man, I would have liked to have caught that off 90, 92, 93. Perfect buy. Perfect buy. All right. All right, guys, I got to wrap it. I love you. I appreciate you. If you hit the description in the video, you'll see all my links. If you want to support me, you can do so by canceling the sub to the Discord and resubscribing with mine. Same price, same benefits, same everything. And that supports me big time. If you need coaching or some extra help, I'll be doing more small group classes. I will be doing more one-on-ones. I'm booking for September now on one-on-ones, and I love doing that and helping people and teaching the charts a lot. It's a lot of fun, man. I just find it interesting and addictive. But hit the description. Everything's in there. I love you. I appreciate you. Be good, my friends. I'll see you in the morning. I'll be live. Opening bell. Peace.